Marley from the Energy Boutique with your energy forecast for Tuesday, August 8th. So today we do have the moon in Taurus all day. Of course, we're building towards the last quarter moon in Taurus, which of course is going to give us some epiphanies, some information, some details that we haven't quite pieced together yet. That of course is going to help us kind of decide, choose what it is that we're going to do from here. Of course, we are in the process of kind of discerning what needs to stay, what needs to go. We're refining our emotions and therefore our physical realms as well. We have a lot of energy coming at us, and none of it has to do with the fact that today is August 8th. Has nothing to do with 8/8, has nothing to do with the Lionsgate portal, because of course it does not exist. That energy that you are hearing about is going to come in on the 12th and on the 13th. The 12th, of course, is when the sun actually conjuncts the dog star Sirius that the Lionsgate 8/8 portal has been notoriously built around. And of course, the 13th is when Venus becomes reborn. She's resurrected, she's renewed. It is those 2 days that are going to pack the punch of this energy that the spiritual community has all hyped up for today, when realistically today is a day where the last quarter moon is the only kind of astrology that is going to bring any kind of shift, any kind of change, any kind of transformation into our physical realms. We also have some powerful aspects setting us up for tomorrow, which is the point in time where Venus gets jolted back, resuscitated, if you will, by Uranus, gives us that energy, that awakening, if you will, positioning her to be an active participant in the birthing process in which she is currently going through. So I hate to be a Debbie Downer to those of you that thought that today was going to be a hyped up day because of this Lionsgate 8/8 portal, but again, this is just spiritual hype from the New Age community. Now, if you believe in it, I'm not going to limit that, because when the general collective believes in a certain objective, of course, that brings a lot of energy and attention to a head. So anything that the collective is about to experience here today is because of the group hive mind concentrating on what this quote unquote magical day is supposed to be, when realistically speaking, we are just getting siphoned of this energy from the dark force agenda that has us hyped up in the spiritual community so that we can give all of our time, all of our energy, all of our presence to them. Do what you will with that information. Go ahead, listen to the Ascension forecast for this week if you haven't already. I go on a little bit of a rant over there on what this quote unquote magical day is all about. But as I've already mentioned, the only thing we really have going on here today is the last quarter moon taking place in Taurus energy. So of course, when the moon is in Taurus, we try to be present in the here and now. We are very focused on our physical bodies, our physical realms. We are very focused on slowing our roll, really focused on the smaller little details, the pleasures, the joys of life. We are likely to stick to what is tried, tested, and true. We are looking for familiarity, for comfortability. And of course, because we're on the precipice of a great change coming at us on the weekend with the 12th, with the 13th, this is a refinement day for us to kind of get some epiphanies, some new information, some new details, some new realizations in check. There are 10 different aspects here today. 9 of them are going to involve the moon. The moon in Taurus is going to make a semi-square, a little bit of a tension point with Neptune. Neptune is retrograde in Pisces energy, really helping us to kind of confront with the here and now instead of constantly projecting ourselves in this imaginary land of futuristic possibilities and opportunities. Many of us have not closed the door, not resolved, not brought some very, very heavy topics and themes to an end, to a close. Neptune is here to kind of make us reflect back, again retrograde, on where it is that we're bringing certain healing chapters to an end, where pain and trauma is being released, where old dreams, old visions, old goals need to die in order for us to actually create new ones, more in alignment with our soul self. So this particular semi-square, again, creating a little bit of a tension, a little bit of a conflict, is coming from the point in which we wish we could kind of evade this present present moment. We wish we could move into la la land. We wish that we could just escape the harshness, the truth, the realities of the here and now. But the moon in Taurus really needs us to ground in this moment. Even more than that, it's not to ground in this moment to experience the harshness, the pain, the dysfunction of our physical realms. What it's meant to do is put us in a situation where we're plucking out the silver linings, where we're really showing the attitude of gratitude for all of the smaller things that are working well, working in our favor. So the moon is then going to go ahead and trine, which is a beautiful interaction with Mercury. Mercury, of course, ruler of the mental plane, ruler of information, ruler of communication, how we truly express ourselves. He's in his place of power in this Virgo energy. He is in his pre-shadow period, though. Again, heads up. We're going retrograde on the 23rd. If you haven't listened to the August energy forecast as of yet, I'm going to recommend you do that so that you have a lay of the land on the energies that we're moving into. And of course, a lot of that is going to be affected by Mercury's retrograde. But we're not there yet. And what we're getting here between the moon, which of course is our heart space, our emotions, our intuition, our unconscious self, and of course, Mercury, ruler of the mental plane, what we're getting here is an alignment. The Taurus energy, the Virgo energy, they are earth signs. We are down to earth. We're logical. We're practical. We're focused on the smallest of details. We're plucking out the silver linings. We're having the attitude of gratitude for all the things that are working. And this is a point in time where our heart and our head are on the same page. We're in an agreement, and that feels really, really good. What's going to feel even better is that the moon in Taurus is going to come up to, bump into, conjunct, team up with Jupiter. Jupiter is the planet of growth, expansion, beliefs, abundance, and blessings. He's in this Taurus energy until May of 2024, giving us a huge opportunity to bust out of our comfort zones, to really grow into ourselves, to create new opportunities, to rearrange our physical realms, our reality, to start mirroring back what it is that our higher self wants for us instead of the ego self that, of course, has built some of the constructs in our physical realm and reality that we're looking to dissemble, to decompress, to deconstruct, to close the door on, to bring to a completion point. Now, the moon interacting with Jupiter in this way, yes, is going to bring on some good feels, but hopefully, because Jupiter is kind of like the hype girl of the zodiac, we are going to be feeling all of those big feels in the realm of positivity, in the realm of optimism, of confidence. This is supposed to feel really good, put us in an elated type of an environment. And again, if you're doing the work to adopt that attitude of gratitude and pluck out the silver linings and really be grateful for the smaller things in life, then this is just going to amplify that particular energetic state. Now, Mercury is going to go ahead and interact with the North Node in such a way that is putting us in a contemplative situation with new information and details streaming in. Now, it may appear as we're banging our head against a wall, not coming up with the steps that are needed to take in order for us to progress and actually move forward. But the beautiful thing is that this is taking place prior to the moon squaring the sun. Why is that important? Well, first of all, Mercury interacting with the North Node, which is our soul path, our destiny point, where it is that we have to kind of get on the right track in order to reach our soul's mission, our soul's purpose, our soul's potential. We're in this Aries energy. We're still adapting to that. Many moves have not been made as of yet because we're in a planning and strategizing type of mind frame. Now, this may feel like we're bumping our head against a wall, trying to come up with the next step, the next move. But what this is doing is illuminating for us where it is that we haven't quite been downloaded with the information needed in order to piece things together. That's where the moon squaring the sun comes in. So the moon squaring the sun in Leo energy is what gives us our last quarter moon, and it's taking place in Taurus energy. So the last quarter moon of any moon cycle is bringing things full circle, bringing things full stop, if you will, especially dating back to the new moon in Cancer that we had, and of course all the events that have taken place within that particular time frame. This is an epiphany. This is a change of mind, change perspective, change in understanding. This is illuminating situations, circumstances, and details that we haven't quite pieced together, and this is going to help us kind of feel a little bit more informed to make major decisions and choices that, of course, we are building towards. The moon will then interact with Saturn, the Lord of Karma, who is retrograde in this Pisces energy in a very positive way. So this isn't going to suck the life out of us. This isn't going to bitch slap us with truth and reality. What this is going to do is give us a very low, slow, steady approach to what needs to change, especially where our roles and responsibilities are concerned, where the routines, the foundations, the systems, the structures of our physical lives are concerned. It all stems back to belief. And what we believe to be true is what either pushes us forward or limits us from being able to move forward. That's what Saturn is trying to do here, is to kind of deconstruct the old belief system, the old limiting beliefs, the old dream, the old vision, the old goals, recognize where it is that it's outdated, where it is that we've outgrown such things. And because the moon is in Taurus, we are very present, we're very stuck in the here and now, and we're very much taking a good look at our physical realms, the routines that we have, the relationship dynamics that we have, the money situations that we're in, the long-term plans that we're currently trying to piece together and contemplate. And so this is kind of giving us a realistic, practical approach to what actually needs to change in our physical realms. And of course, all of that stems to the way that we think, the way that we feel, and what it is that we're choosing to believe in. The moon is then going to trine beautiful energy with Mars, who is in this Virgo energy. Again, we get Taurus and Virgo energy. They're both earth signs. This is what gives us our trine. And the moon interacting with Mars in this way is definitely positioning us to have a logical, practical approach to new ideas, to new inspirations, to see where it is that we're now being kind of picked up, determined, motivated to see something through, to fix a situation, resolve a situation, heal a situation, so that we can get on with it, building towards, again, a vision and a dream and a goal that we're just sorting out the details about. The moon is then going to interact with Chiron, the wounded healer, who is retrograde in Aries energy, in such a way that's going to illuminate for us where it is that we're actually making progress, mostly in our emotional realm, where it is that we're growing through what it is that we're going through, where it is that we are healing certain wounds, certain identities, certain parts of self that we haven't been content with. This is really putting us in a situation where we want to learn more, we want to improve more, we want to progress more, we want to push ourselves more. And this is just helping to build us up to the place that we need to be at, to take action, to make moves, to actually progress ourselves further down our desired path. So then the moon comes up to, bumps into, teams up with Uranus. Uranus is the great awakener who's been in this Taurus energy now for many, many moons. This is what I'm calling the precursor to Wednesday's interaction between Venus and Uranus. And the reason being is because, emotionally speaking, we need a jolt. We need a shake up. We need a wake up. We need to understand where it is that we've been sitting in the breakdown phase, and where it is that we're being prepped and prepared for the breakthrough phase. So this is going to bring emotional clarity. This is going to bring aha moments. This is going to bring epiphanies. And again, keep in the back of your mind that Venus is in the darkest of days. She's going to have an interaction with Uranus here tomorrow that basically acts as the defibrillator to get her heart beat up again, to bring her back to life, to get that electricity pulsing through her body so that she can become an active participant in the resurrection, in the rebirth that she's about to go through on the 13th. So this, the moon interacting with Uranus, is kind of the precursor to that particular event, because emotionally speaking, we need to be a little bit more clear, a little bit more refined, a little bit more present with what it is that we are thinking, what it is that we're feeling, what it is that is changing, what it is that is morphing within us in preparation for this big change, this big shift coming at us on the 12th and 13th. The last thing that we have here today is, again, the precursor event, is what I'm calling it, because the moon in Taurus is going to get into the boxing ring, square off with Venus, who rules over the Taurus energy that the moon is in. Venus, of course, retrograde in the heart and soul of the zodiac in Leo energy. So what this is going to do, as any square does, is create conflict and tension in order for a change and transformation to take place. The moon being our emotions, our intuition, our unconscious self. Venus, of course, the goddess of love, beauty, worth, pleasure, and money. She's going through a lot. She's dissecting who it is that she had to be in order to survive the particular parts of life that she had to survive through. And now that we are on this side of that particular chapter, we're having to let go, release, and grieve the particular version of ourselves that we had to be. Now we're kind of figuring out who it is that we are now, who it is that we have to be now, who it is that we want to be now, who it is that we're required to be now in order to actually get to the next level, the next phase, the next goal, the next vision, the next dream. So this is going to create a little bit of a tension, a little bit of a conflict in our emotions in order for us to continue the process that we've been going through with Venus being retrograde, which is becoming heart aligned, very real, raw, and vulnerable with our true wants, needs, and desires. And in that, figuring out who and what needs to stay and needs to go.